Hey, welcome back to Pocky Tech. I was thinking that I should do a mix-up for this video, so I decided a game comparison would be fun. Today we're looking at the 1980s Legend of Zelda and the 2019's Resident Evil 2. I decided on these games for two reasons. One, because they both implement big gaming tropes / conventions that are synonymous with both modern and retro games, and two, because I own both of them and have an easy way of screen capturing the gameplay. Now, backtracking isn't a new concept. It has roots in early games such as Metroid, Legend of Zelda, and Castlevania, with the combination of the two being called Metroidvania. However, the use of these tools and hidden maps has seemed to change since its roots in Legend of Zelda, so I'm going to compare one of the most recent Resident Evils to the Legend of Zelda to see if the game design magic is still there. While playing Legend of Zelda, there are two overarching things that I was doing, trying to figure out where the f*** I was going, and looking for things that I needed in order to beat enemies or solve puzzles, while desperately trying to kill and run away from enemies. This is obviously among other things like the soundtrack, the art, the intensity of the backstory that make the game intriguing. You're pretty much given a wooden sword and a good luck before you're pretty much expected to save Zelda and Hyrule without any explanation. Well, unless you read the story at the beginning or have a detailed map you found on Google. The exploring and action put you in the bodies of protagonists and makes you feel like you're there trying to be the almighty savior with your wits and limited resources. On the other hand, Resident Evil 2 hit some of the same notes because, like Legend of Zelda, I spent most of my time trying to figure out where the f*** I was supposed to go and look for things I need to complete puzzles and kill monsters. The only difference is that, for the most part, it's easier because the game remembers the places you've been and the important items. It definitely seems like Capcom was leaning towards making the game scary, but don't worry, you'll still be backtracking, running around zombies, and managing your inventory like an Excel spreadsheet like old times. Especially when there's a mother dude behind you. Christ! Overall, after approximately 30 years, the mechanics that made the world fall in love with Legend of Zelda are still being used, and used well like in Resident Evil 2. The way you're forced to backtrack and manage resources in your inventory is annoying for a decent amount of time, but unless you get immersed in the world and almost you feel like it's a reality. But it lets you get immersed in the world and almost felt like a reality, which is primarily why I fell in love with Legend of Zelda when I played Twilight Princess like in the Wii, like the little edgelord I was.